Good morning. This is Friday, March 20th, and I wanted to give you another update with whatever information I've gathered since Wednesday. I also wanted to send this a video message so you could see a face and, the different body language and things that you don't get just through either an email or, an audio recording. So I don't have a script. I have a few bulleted items that I like to go through. I just think it's more authentic that way. So I'm not going to stand here and sit here, I guess, and read a speech to you. So with that, let's go ahead and get into this. The buildings, as was stated earlier, have been closed, except for those essential services like our cleaning and our food service, and that is continuing to progress very well. Office staff have been phenomenal at returning email messages and phone calls, and then our principals. I have two students in the district as well, so one in middle school, one at the high school, and the amount of information coming from the offices is phenomenal, and the teachers have been doing a phenomenal job themselves with this e-learning platform, which is new to all of us. So kudos to those staff members for getting that done. I thank you for your efforts. This message is going out to everyone, so this is to all parents and students as well as our staff. So everybody's getting the same message here. I wanted to send this in response to the message that went out Wednesday and some of the questions that kind of came up because of that. So, there's really three themes that came out of that. First one is, where are we at with these e-learning and what's it going to look like as we continue? And I can only provide answers, with the information that I have, and my information really isn't much different than what a lot of you are hearing, in that there's so many unknowns and so many variables that can change and are changing rapidly that really are beyond, your control. The way I look at this, the first phase, these active God days that we've been under recently, I would consider that like phase one. It's almost like practice and preparation. Phase two will be what happens March 31st and beyond, because you guys, see the news reports. I really don't see us coming back March 31st. No, I do not know how long that will be. I hear the same rumors you do, that, it could be another week, 2 weeks, up to the rest of the year. I honestly, I don't know, but we need to be prepared for, worst case scenarios. So with that being said, we're going to move forward and look at extending this if and when the time comes the governor makes the formal announcement that the schools will continue to close. If that is the situation, which I fully anticipate an extension, common sense would dictate that, ISB, our Illinois State Board of Education, the conference calls that I've been in on have stated and alluded to the fact that they are aware that, right now the grades cannot be diminished for the work that's being done under the Act of God days, our current plan. So work can be done, teachers can grade it, provide feedback, things of this nature. And I know that's happening as a parent. Personally, I've experienced that. But if it's something that lowers a student's grade, it cannot be counted, or it needs to be exempt, something along those lines. However, moving forward, if we're going to continue under this current situation of e-learning, distance learning, we're going to have to be provided the opportunity to assess students, provide grades, and that is the big question. The Illinois State Board is well aware of this, and I think, they're trying to put a comprehensive plan in place, but you can imagine the scope of that. Our schools are so different, so varied across the state. We're lucky, we're fortunate, and I'm not trying to sound elitist, as I stated, I think in an earlier information item I sent out, but, we are in a good spot. We do have one-to-one capabilities, and a lot of our families do have internet access. And I know, our principals put some information out trying to get in touch with those that don't, so that we can still get them information via paper packet. So, we are in a good place, but again, we're waiting for some direction from Illinois State Board of what that will look like, and we just don't have that answer yet. But if I were a betting man, I would bet this is going to be extended. The second big theme that came out was graduation. Bradley University has made their announcement of their closure. We host our high school graduation at the Renaissance Coliseum. So that's certainly a concern. I do not have any information on that yet. I totally understand the parental emails I've been getting. Please don't cancel graduation. It's really important. I agree. It's kind of the pinnacle of what we do as educators. That's kind of putting the cherry on top, is that graduation ceremony. So I would love to keep the graduation ceremony, but if you look at the restrictions we're currently under, gatherings of 250, even if we go with, that first one that came out, our graduating class is bigger than that. So we couldn't even restrict it just to the students. We would still be over the limit. So hopefully things improve, with the coronavirus situation, and some of these restrictions get relaxed. But at this point, there is no plan to cancel the graduation ceremony. No formal decision's been made. Luckily we've got a little bit of time on our hands. So let's take advantage of that and see what happens. So yes, I'm fully aware of the concerns with graduation. I'm very concerned myself. However, that may be a decision that's dictated from above, but we will see as time unfolds. I'm sorry you want a definitive, are we going to have it, yes or no? I cannot give that to you. I don't have that information yet. And I really don't want to make that decision or put that to our board to make that decision until we give it a little bit of time to see where this goes. All indications are things are not going well, and they may get worse before they get better, but we shall see. The third item is promotion. What are we going to do with students? If we are canceled the rest of the year, I don't know that either. Again, we're waiting for directives from the state on that. As far as, a kid that's, let's say, in high school algebra 1 and really gets 3/4 of the year, and then what we can deliver through the e-platform, the e-learning platform, we don't know, because we haven't been, we've only been in this for 4 or 5 days now, so we don't really have a good handle on how it's progressing and how far we can get. So do we put that child in algebra 2 next year, or do we do some kind of hybrid where we finish up what we may or may not have missed in algebra 1 so that we can get them fully prepared for algebra 2? Those are, types of decisions are going to have to be made at a later date once we have more information. I do totally agree that the e-learning platform, though it is helping us get by and it is delivering at least educational opportunities to children, it is nowhere, in my opinion, nowhere near as effective as having those students in a classroom with a professional educator face-to-face. That's just my own personal opinion on that. So we will continue to monitor this. I know it's frustrating. It seems like I'm communicating the same message over and over again, but I want to make sure that at least I'm reaching out. That we are trying, we are listening to the concerns that are being brought forward, and we're trying to gather that data as much as possible. As we hear anything, I hear there's an announcement, a big announcement today at 2:30. I'm not going to speculate on what that is, because I don't want to start, fear mongering and spreading false rumors. That's not going to help anybody. That may change, how we go about business. I don't know. We shall see. But as things progress and as things unfold, I will certainly be in touch in a very timely manner, as I have been, and keep you informed. Again, if you have questions, please contact your building principals. They've been very responsive, or their office staff, if it's a question they can answer, or the teachers. Again, thank you to everyone for your attitude during this. I think everyone realizes, this is a bad situation, and, we're just trying to get through this the best that we can. And the attitude has been very positive and very appreciative. And I thank you for that. And again, I will be in touch as information becomes available to me. Thank you, and have a good weekend.